Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at Everything You Need to Know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news of improving data from some of the world's largest economies. Firstly, in the US, we get the August non-farm payrolls report on Saturday. Today, we got the data from their precursor ADP series, and that was notably strong, with 237,000 new private sector jobs created. That is the best result since March. Although over the past year, this unofficial data of actual payrolls, unlike the NFP, which is a survey, has reported stronger results than the official one. Markets had expected the ADP data to report 185,000 new jobs. Also stronger than expected has been the second quarter estimate of US GDP. It came in at 2.6% in the flash result. Markets had expected a small improvement to 2.7%, but that has been reported with growth actually at 3%. That is actually a big uplift. It has been driven by personal consumption, which was originally reported at 2.8% and was expected to be revised to 3%, and has actually come in at 3.3%. This is perhaps even more impressive than the GDP data. However, markets are completely unmoved by this. The US Department of Agriculture said net farm income in the US will rise to $63 billion, up 3% from a year earlier, but it's still just about half of the 2013 record result of $124 billion. And south of the border, their central bank has raised its growth forecast and said that inflation is likely to be lower than expected. One reason is that it no longer expects the worst-case scenarios for the American-Mexican relations. In China, two of their large state-owned banks both reported faster profit growth on the back of funding of a resurgent housing sector. And the pace of inflation in Germany has picked up in recent weeks, now at 1.8%. That's what markets were expected from this report. In July, it was 1.5%. That takes them closer to the ECB target of 2%. Price rises for food and power were above the German average. Rent increases were below. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield is pretty much unchanged from yesterday at 2.15%. The US bond market, however, may be facing a political risk from the current Republican push for tax reform. The chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee said he wants to limit companies' ability to deduct interest payments from taxable income to pay for their tax cuts. If enacted, it'll push borrowing offshore and erode the competitive advantage of the mammoth American bond market. The price of crude oil has slipped again and now just under $46 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just under $51 a barrel. This is despite a big drop in reported US crude stocks and despite reports that it may take months to restart the full shale production in Texas. The price of gold has fallen today. It's now down $8 to $1,306 an ounce. And the Kiwi dollar has fallen as well on a stronger greenback. It is now just under $72 in its lowest level since early June. On the cross rates, we're still at 91.1 Aussie cents and 60.5 euro cents. And the TWI is now at 74.3. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.